Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Addie for those of you who are new here, and I am currently 30 weeks pregnant with baby number 3. So today I thought I would share with you what things have been essential to me during this pregnancy, but not only this pregnancy, also my previous 2. So everything I'm mentioning have been things that I've used all 3 pregnancies that I would definitely not go without again. With the exception of one thing at the end, which is new to this pregnancy, but I'll get to that later and why. So the first thing on my list, and probably the most important, like the thing that is actually an essential that even if you don't have all these other things, this is the thing you need, is a good prenatal vitamin. This is by the brand Thorne. It's the one I've been using this pregnancy for the most part. I have also used Mama Bird and Pink Stork in the past. Those are 2 good ones. But the thing I always look for in a good prenatal is that it contains folate, not folic acid. I want the true folate, not the synthetic form. So that is always what I look for in a prenatal. This one I have really liked. I haven't been nauseous at all. So this is definitely one that I would recommend. The next one I want to mention is vitamin D. If you are in a place where there isn't as much sun, or it's the winter season, or whatever it is, vitamin D is really important during pregnancy and really all of your life, but definitely when pregnant, you want to make sure that you're getting that extra vitamin D if your sun is not, summertime, really potent sun. The next thing on my list would be a good water bottle. You get so thirsty in pregnancy and you need extra water. So having a really good water bottle is really, really important, and it just helps you make sure that you're getting your water every day. I have a hydro flask and I have it with this little nip attachment. I prefer this because it's stainless steel, keeps my drinks cold, and I just don't have to worry about any of the plastics. So I really prefer this kind. I know they sell some that have like the time of day and to make sure you get all your glasses of water during the time of day or how many you've gotten, but those all tend to be plastic products. So I really just prefer having like a stainless type of water bottle during pregnancy especially. The next thing on my list would be magnesium. I have the Natural Calm brand. It comes in a few flavors. This one happens to be lemon, but this is so good for so many things, and often a lot of us lack magnesium. So if you start to get cramps in your legs, or if you're having trouble sleeping, or your anxiety is high, magnesium is a really good fix for that. This is just a really good thing to have on hand. Next up would be a good pair of slippers. I like these comfy ones. I've had these for a while. They're very worn in, as you can probably tell. But these ones are super comfortable. I will link them. During pregnancy, your feet kind of hurt more, especially as you get bigger, and you just kind of want to be comfy. So having a nice pair of slippers just to wear around is super nice. The next thing I would recommend is a journal of some sort. I have this Mom's 1 line a day journal, and basically I just write, a couple things that have happened in the day each night. And this has been such a good keepsake. So I write, 1 line about all of my kids, including the one in utero. And so even if you don't have any other kids and you just want to document the pregnancy or just document your feelings or, whatever it is so cool to look back on. This one lasts 5 years. So every year on the day of last year, you get to read what you wrote the previous year. And it's just really, really sweet to go back through those memories. I got this when, Isabel, so 4 or 5 years ago now. And it's just been really, really, really cool. So I would highly recommend, even if you don't get this one, have a journal of some sort to document some of those pregnancy things. It's just, you will love it. And when your kids get older and they want to look back and ask you about things, it'll be really cool for them to be able to read. So I highly recommend getting a journal. Next up is this thing right here you see behind me, my pregnancy pillow. To be honest, I did not have this with my first, with Isabel. With her, I just had a wedge, but looking back how much it's helped me this pregnancy and the one previous, I would recommend getting one. With Isabel, I was just hesitant to get it because I thought, what am I going to do with it afterward? How am I going to store it? I just didn't want something so bulky, but To be honest, like especially when you're in your later part of pregnancy, just being able to get comfortable can sometimes be a luxury. So this is something that I really would recommend. I really like this one in particular because it actually has a zipper here. So I can detach this part of the pillow, which makes getting in and out of bed so much easier. And in early pregnancy, I actually just used this little piece to go like between my legs to make my hips, you know, better supported. So in early pregnancy, I just have to pull this thing out. And then as I get bigger, I pull the whole thing out, which makes everything more comfortable. So you can use it in pieces. You can also use this as like a headrest or a backrest. Like I like this one because of that feature. I'll try to find it and link it. Hi, baby. You're coloring? High five. Good job. It's definitely one I would recommend and recommend having in pregnancy. Next up is probably a good pair of leggings. Guys, I have lived in leggings this pregnancy, I must admit, and probably my previous ones too. So having a really good pair is amazing. I would highly recommend the ones I'm wearing now, which are Zella. You can find them at Nordstrom. They're about $65, but you can often find them at the rack for like $20. So definitely look, but they are great. They're lightweight, they hold their shape, they're flattering. I just definitely would recommend them. Another pair that I would really recommend are these ones. These are Kindred Bravery. You can get them on Amazon. I really like that they have a side pocket. These are amazing, especially in the third trimester when you just need a little more support. They are kind of like Athleta Salutation leggings, if you know anything about those. They're kind of pricey. They're like $90, but I really would highly recommend them. I love the feeling, so supportive, definitely worth getting. For my like athletic style ones, I really like the Target ones. These are the crossover panel, which I really like. So it's full panel in front, and then in the back, it just has a crossover. So it's really supportive of the belly, but then it covers the love handles, but then it's open in the back. Really like these. These are from Target, I think like $30. On Amazon, there's a brand called Falcom. I think it's $20. Those are great ones. And for earlier in pregnancy, like maybe when you don't need the full panel yet, just you want like more of a high-waisted or just a more supportive or, you know, different kind of legging, but you don't need that, you know, major belly stretch. I really like Colorful Koala. Those are like $30. The brand CRZ is really good. I think those are like $25. And Yogalicious brand is like Lululemon. They're so buttery, so soft, so nice, and they're like a fraction of the price. They're like $23 or something. I will link all those in the description below, but definitely some of my favorites. As for sleepwear, I actually in pregnancy prefer an oversized, comfy t-shirt. Like, that's just what I prefer. Nothing fancy. I don't really love maternity PJs. And if I'm gonna get something, I like to get something that I can do postpartum as well. Nightgowns are great because they're really good postpartum. If they have a little stretch here so that you can put one side down to nurse in, that's really great. So if you're gonna buy anything special, I would definitely make sure it can be nursing appropriate. Otherwise, I just really like the comfy t-shirt in pregnancy. Up next would be a good lotion. This is Earth Mama Belly Butter. I love it. I use it on my belly especially, not to prevent stretch marks. Stretch marks are genetic. You're gonna get them if you're gonna get them. I hate to break it to you. No miracle cream is gonna stop them if you're gonna get them, but a belly butter is still great because as you grow, stretch marks or not, your belly gets itchy. And so having some moisture on your belly really helps that itch. So a really good belly butter can be really beneficial. This brand, Earth Mama, I really, really love. I have this in other products as well, like nipple butters and things like that. But it's a really good, you know, organic, safe product. I highly recommend Earth Mama products. Up next is another clothing item, I guess. I would highly recommend a good wire-free bra. During pregnancy, your rib cage expands, you get a little bigger. It's just really nice to have something super comfortable. The brand I really like is Soma, and I have a regular one for, you know, all times of the year and pregnancy, and then I have a nursing one for nursing. But if you're just gonna invest in one, I would recommend the nursing one. That way you can use it pregnancy and postpartum. But definitely highly recommend a good bra, and Soma is a great brand. Next up would be a good diffuser and oils. I love being able to use oils during pregnancy. They can help with so many different things. If you're new to oils, I would just say, especially during pregnancy, you really want a good brand. I really like Young Living. There are some other competitors out there, doTERRA and stuff like that, that you can use as well. But I would caution against just going on Amazon and buying something from there, because not all oils are created equal. Some of them can even be a little harmful. Some you can't use topically. It's just like in pregnancy, you want to use things that are good for you. So Young Living is definitely one that I do suggest. My favorites for pregnancy are lavender. It's so calming and relaxing. I use peppermint for headaches or for nausea and stuff in early pregnancy. That's really helpful. Lemon Vitality is great for energy, which you can always use more of in pregnancy. I would really recommend for digestion, Digize. That has been like one of the most useful oils for me if you know anything about pregnancy, constipation, and how brutal it can be. Valor is another great one for relaxation. Like if you're having trouble relaxing at night, you can put it at the bottoms of your feet or the palms of your hands, and it's just really good, tranquil, calming one. And then another one I really like is frankincense, because it is really good for skin moisture. So I'll put it in like with some of my lotion. Those are just a few of them. There are many others, but those are some of my pregnancy favorites. Next up would be a belly band. Not one that like hides your pants or whatever, but an actual like supportive belly band, especially at the end of your pregnancy. It's just so nice to have that extra support. It really helps with the lower back pain. I would highly recommend having a good belly band as well. Another thing I'll just mention is underwear. You don't have to have anything fancy. You don't need maternity underwear, but if you want to size up in a few comfy pairs, that really is really nice to have. Next, I would recommend highly a birth class. No matter which way you want to birth, a birth class is so useful. I did the Bradley method class. It's a 13-week course or a 12-week course, I forget which. You get this little workbook. You learn so much about birth and the birthing process and how everything works, and it's just so useful as you go through it. I would highly recommend it. I have successfully had 2 natural, medication-free, intervention-free births, so I think that class really has helped me, and I plan to do that again for this 3rd one. So I'll do another video totally on the Bradley method and my natural births and my birth stories and that sort of thing. But a birth class, no matter which kind you want to take, is definitely something I would recommend. 2 more things that I take at the end of pregnancy, like 36, 37, 38, 39, 40 weeks, so like the last 5 weeks of pregnancy, are red raspberry leaf tea. I drink like a quart of this a day, starting at 36 weeks. I like this brand, the Traditional Medicines Organic Raspberry Leaf Tea, and Gentle Birth. This is by Mountain Meadow Herbs. I get the kind without blue kosh. I don't think that's how you say it, but this specifically is just really good in preparing your body for labor, so I definitely recommend this as well. I'll do another video for this too, like my labor and postpartum essentials, but this definitely is another thing pregnancy-wise that I would use. And then the last item I'm gonna mention today is definitely not a must-have for every pregnancy, but if you know anything about my pregnancy this time and you've been following my journey, it has not been an easy one. I've had a lot of random bleeding. I've not known if baby's okay all the time, and having an at-home Doppler has been a saving grace. So if you have a normal, healthy pregnancy, this is definitely not needed. But if you are in a situation like mine, then I would recommend it. It was just so nice to know, like before I could feel baby, really I used it probably from about 14 weeks to about 23 when baby really started moving a lot. And it was just in that time, like anytime I had some bleeding or something and was just, my anxiety was high and I was able to check baby's heartbeat, it was just like a saving grace. It helped me so much. I know some people have said it caused them more anxiety if they couldn't find baby's heartbeat, but honestly, I think they might have been using the Doppler probably a little too early, like before it really says you can find baby's heartbeat, like maybe 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks, somewhere in there, because it can be harder around those times. So knowing that, is probably good to know that going in. But anyway, I do recommend it. And another thing that this has been good for is for my kids and for my husband, because Obviously, they're not the one carrying baby. They don't bond with it like you do. So being able to let my partner listen to the heartbeat has been great. And for the kids, they have just loved finding baby's heartbeat. They are so excited, Isabel especially. But Juliana, she even like understood what was going on inside my belly when she heard the heartbeat. Like that's what helped her register that there was a baby in my belly. So we have really enjoyed using it for that too. All right, those are my pregnancy must-haves. I hope that this is helpful to you, especially if you're a first-time mom and just getting some new ideas on what you might need this pregnancy. I remember just being so excited. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I'll plan to do more pregnancy-related videos coming up. Obviously, I'm getting closer to due date, so it's pretty much what's going to be on my mind. So if you have any requests, put them in the description below. That way I know to film them for you. That's all I have today. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.